Hey guys, this is Ash and you're watching WriterGAsh. So today I'm doing my June wrap up, and without further ado, let's get into this video. If you haven't seen already, this is my June haul slash Pride Pot project, so please check that out. I am so proud of the results of that. And I did read one of the books, which I will talk about later in this video. So let's begin without further ado. So for the month of June, I read so many books with South Asian rep, and I am so happy. They were all phenomenal, mostly because I read the Ember and the Ashes series, and that was amazing. But I started off the month with a book called The Rules. The Rules about these two people who meet on vacation, and then they come back home, and then they kind of meet up again, and it's just their story. She's kind of commitment phobic. He is very love at first sighty. So it was really interesting, and I did love that story between the two of them. And yeah, it was like a 3-star for me. It's by Lauren H. May. The next book I read this month is The Catch by Lauren H. May, part of the same series. So The Catch is about the MC from the first book's best friend, both of their best friends, who kind of are both very one night standy. They don't do commitment relationships, but she is thinking about the future now that all her best friends are in long-term committed relationships and getting married and blah blah blah. So she joins a dating website where she goes on dates with 8 men, and she's not allowed to sleep with anyone. So she decides that in order to scratch the itch, she would get together with someone else. So she and the main character, the previous book's MC, his best friend, kind of hook up throughout this book, and then they fall in love and blah blah blah. Also a 3-star. These books weren't phenomenal, but they also weren't bad. So 3 stars. The next book I read was 5 out of 5. An Ember in the Ashes. Freaking love this story. Loved the world building, loved the South Asian rep, just fantastic. The main characters are Laya and Elias in this book, and then Helene, Elias's best friend, kind of becomes the central protagonist in the later books. So Laya is a slave. She is a scholar whose family gets attacked by the masks after her brother has these sketches. And once her brother is taken away by the masks, they work for the Empire, the Marshals, and her brother gets taken away, and she in that moment doesn't do anything and feels so guilty about it. So she goes in and finds the resistance, who send her into the Blackcliff Academy, which is where all the masks are trained, and she has to be the commandant, the basically big bad bitches, as a slave. And she is tortured, and it's just. And then there's Elias, who is a mask, and he was raised a mask, and we learn about how he is looking to defect because his personal values don't stand with the Empire's values. And it's just how those two storylines kind of intertwine, and just a really good book in general. Here is my book talk if you want to look at the spoilery review. And yeah, it's a fantastic book. Loved every second of it, and I'm on the last book, so it's exciting. So the next book I read was A Torch Against the Night, which is the second book in the series. I can't talk much about it without spoiling it, but fantastic. It picks up right after the previous one leaves off. Pick it up. This is an amazing series. I loved it with all my heart. The next one is A Reaper at the Gates. Again, can't talk about it without the spoilers. Fantastic book, fantastic world. Helene plays a more central role in this book, and I love Helene's character. She is a very strong protagonist, and I love seeing her struggle with her morals in this book. The next book is Hani and Ishu's Guide to Fake Dating. And this was also a 5 out of 5. This is a contemporary about two young girls who are in high school, and one of them lies to her friends and says she has a girlfriend after her friends kind of delegitimize her sexuality. She tells them she's bi and that she's not really feeling attracted to men right now. And they kind of delegitimize it. They're toxic as hell. And they're also very toxic about her religion. And I have experienced that kind of treatment before, where people are all nice about your religion, or like for me it's not religion, for me it's culture. They're all like fake nice about it, like, oh, I want to know more. But also they kind of give you backhanded comments about your culture, which is so fucking annoying. But it felt like that. It was so relatable. And also it was amazing because these two girls were both Bengali. And also I've never read about a Bengali character before. I've never read about a bisexual Bengali character before. And I found it so freaking relatable. Anyway, so that is it for all the books I read in June. I would definitely suggest, if you're looking for a quick, breezy contemporary and you do tend to go a little more young adult, Honey and Issues Guide to Fake Dating is a definite pickup. It is just so good. I couldn't recommend it more. I just love it so much. Anyway, so that is it for this video, and I hope you guys enjoy these books as much as I did. See ya!